Hello everyone, welcome to today's reading on resolving anger. So as we all know, anger is a very negative emotion and it can come from a variety of triggers, which most of them relate to feeling that something's unfair, and that can lead us into channeling a lot of negative emotions for ourselves, and the only person it ends up hurting is us. But sometimes we get stuck in it and we don't know how to come out of it. And so whatever the reason may be, today we're going to look at what may be causing you this anger and how you can release it in a healthy way for yourself and move on from it. So we have 3 piles to choose from. Pile number 1 is a very special pigeon feather. The pigeon left yesterday for me while I was feeding them bread. And it actually left 2 feathers for me, which was so cute. I really loved it. Pile number 2, we have this ring. This has a rose and it's a ring. Pile number 3, we have this candle holder and it has some wax inside and outside all over it. So yeah, that's for pile number 3. Now if you're interested in booking a personal reading with me, I leave the my website in the description box below. Also, if you're new to this pick a pile format, I have recorded a tutorial on how to pick a pile using your intuition. You can go ahead and watch it. It's just for 3-4 minutes. And if you're already well aware of how to do this, go ahead, use your intuition, pick the pile that attracts and draws your attention the most, and then skip ahead to the part with your reading, and I'll mention the timestamps in the description box below. One more thing that I'd like to add is how you know that the pile is right for you. It will feel right from inside. It will feel right. It's saying exactly what you need to hear at this time, and it will feel right. It will feel like the circumstances, the energy matches for you. And if not, go ahead, pick another pile. Practice makes perfect is what I'm gonna say. So without any further ado, let's move on. Welcome, pile number 1. Those of you who chose this precious pigeon white feather, it's automatically telling me there's a lot of peace coming in for you. If you've been struggling with a lot of heavy emotions recently, this is a sign that you're on the right path almost, and you're doing everything in your power to resolve it in a healthy way for yourself. You're not reacting negatively or throwing out your emotions to others to try to relieve yourself, but you're doing it in a very healthy way, and the universe is really applauding you for that, pile 1. So good job on that. Let's take a look at what cards want to come out for pile 1. Okay, so we have dissatisfaction, we have don't allow obligations or others' opinions to influence your choices, and we have the journey in reverse. I feel like and we have at the bottom time to escape. What I'm seeing here is whatever caused you this dissatisfaction, whatever has been causing you this dissatisfaction in your life, it has given you the opportunity to dig really deep down inside yourself and understand your truth, cutting out all external influences, understanding for yourself what is right, even though others may be putting it on you that this is right, this is wrong, but you have a very strong sense of self, and that's what is helping you transcend this negative emotion cycle for yourself, pile 1. Let me see, what do we need to know about pile 1's anger? What is this all about? Layout. overlook. What I feel is what is really causing you this anger is unsaid expectations, ambiguity in communication. Like whatever you may feel like, the layout of a certain structure, whether this has to do with your work situation or your love situation or some interpersonal relationship, from friendship, some business deal, you feel like the layout structure of it is very shady and it's very iffy, and you feel like everything's up in the air and you cannot trust this layout, the structure, because there's no stability in it. It can change anytime, it can do whatever it wants, there's no accountability, there's no responsibility, there's no well thought out structure and expectations and terms, and that's really getting to you at this time, whatever it may be. It may have to do with a certain legal situation that you're dealing with, and perhaps you feel like the things that you want to go ahead with, they are not properly set out in some way, and that's causing this emotion of anger, that's evoking anger. What else do we need to know about pile 1's anger? Humor approach. So what's this saying here, that the advice here for you in this situation, pile number 1, is to take should they take this humor approach? It's going to be helpful? Fish utter. So I feel like you have to take a very humorous approach, not taking life very seriously, not taking the situation very seriously, looking at it from a detached perspective, from a third person's view, and seeing this situation as a film or a movie playing out in front of you, and not getting too stuck inside that scenario. Take a humorous approach, laugh about it, try to have a lighter humorous approach to it. I know this may sound very difficult, because when you're in a situation where you feel things are not fair, the last thing you want to do is to laugh it out, because you're so pissed and frustrated. But the thing is, when we are in this angry energy and frustrated and saying like, this is not fair and that person cannot do this to me and all of that, the energy that we are channeling is very heavy, and it disbalances our all level-headedness, and we are not able to see things clearly. So in order to have a fair approach, a fair idea, perception of this scenario, it's very important to take yourself out of the situation and view it like it was not happening to you individually, but you were part of it, as like you were watching a movie, and try to see how you can make it more lighthearted and approach it in a more humorous way. The other thing that I'm seeing here is that if you have been really upset by this situation, and if you have been gossip, like not gossiping, but really bad mouthing, and it may not apply to all of you, but if you have been like just trying to vent out your anger by saying that that person is really disgusting, and that person doesn't deserve this, and I will not talk to this person anymore, they're the worst person I've ever met, saying all those heavy things just reinforces in your mind that this situation is unfair for you, and it builds up this emotion more and more exponentially. So it's like you give one feedback to the brain, the heaviness increases. So you need to change that sort of cycle inside of you, the loop inside of you, which gives yourself a negative feedback about the situation, that you are being victimized here, and then you feel even more and you end up feeling even more victimized. And so The guidance for this scenario is, the words I'm getting is fish utter. You know how the fish, they only, when they open their mouth, they're just cute little bubbles coming out, and and you can't really hear what they're saying, and it's really cute to look at them try to talk to each other. It's more like, almost like they're talking to each other telepathically without really saying anything. And I feel the guidance for you here is how you will be able to overcome this anger towards whatever person or situation this is by visualizing, is by doing this telepathy thing where you visualize yourself and you visualize the other person in front of you or the situation. Now, you're not really visualizing the physical conscious self of this other person, but you are connecting with the person's higher self, with the source of the universe, asking them to show you, asking them to help you see the truth of the situation, to find peace in this situation, and to not channel these heavy emotions anymore for yourself, but almost disconnecting with this situation and this person that's causing this heaviness within you. You should know that you have the choice, and it may be very hard for you to realize this, what I'm gonna say, but the truth is that we always have a choice to protect our energy. Now, even if you feel like the person or the situation doesn't deserve your love or empathy, and this person is totally cruel and harsh and disgusting, and you just feel triggered just looking at them, like if you're in that sort of a situation and you're wondering how to resolve your anger, I feel like the next thing that I'm going to say is really going to help you in this, because you have to realize that our body is like a channel. Our body is like a channel, so it's like a pipe, it's like an empty pipe, let's say. And when we are angry, we are channeling dark, heavy emotions through that pipe. Now, when we're channeling that dark, heavy emotions through the pipe, the grit and the dirt gets stuck to the pipe and it starts degrading the pipe. And when we are channeling love, even if the other person doesn't deserve it, you cannot look at them like that through the eyes of love, and you may be too triggered in the current situation to be able to do that. But the important thing to know here is you are the pipe. You have the choice to choose what goes through you, and even if the other person doesn't deserve it, you deserve it. You deserve to channel love through you and not the dark, heavy emotions like dirt. And when you channel love and light through you, the pipe gets rejuvenated with all the love and light that flows through it. It's unaffected by the other person, by the situation, and that is what the real power and mastery of self is all about, not allowing external influences to influence your inner peace of mind. So that is something that I'm seeing here, is to not utter those harsh words towards them or even to somebody else, because you will be channeling heavy emotions. You have to choose that I choose to channel love and unconditional love and peace through me. And even if the person seems really disgusting and doesn't deserve it from my side, I'm not doing it for them. I'm doing it for myself, because I don't want to give my power away to this person by channeling negativity through me, which is going to end up hurting me. And I choose to be happy and I choose to be peaceful. And this may be like you have to take conscious effort for some time in the beginning. Like you may say it right now, then the next time you think of this person or actually encounter this person, you have to do this mental dialogue within yourself again, like, even though the person they don't deserve my love, but I deserve my love, and I'm only going to channel love through me, and this person doesn't affect me emotionally. Just saying these statements, just choosing this pattern for yourself is going to help you resolve this anger. And eventually I'm getting, you need to get out of this situation, you need to remove this person out of your life, or you need to escape from this situation that you're in, and not hold any grudges, or be too overthink this, or feel frustrated and feel like you are tied down to this situation, you cannot come out of it, it's out of your hands. Don't think all of that. Know that this situation, there is this news coming your way, and soon it will bring you a lot of happiness. So look forward to the future and what it brings to you, a new insight that's going to bring in so much peace for you. So don't let this present circumstance get the better out of you or affect you negatively in any way. Don't give that power to this situation. Okay, pile 1. Let's see what else wants to come out for pile number 1 here. Custody, concede, area, couple. So I feel like what this is talking about is you feeling tied up in a couple, or you feel like you're tied in an area and you have to you cannot really just leave at your will right now. You may be feeling like you have to stay here for a certain time, be in this situation, be with this person for the time being, and you have to face them on a regular basis for some reason. And what's the guidance for that? Clearance, pray. So this is definitely talking about every time you encounter this person, this is like a test from the universe for you to practice this new belief for yourself. So think of this person as actually a blessing in disguise, I would say. Whatever this person or situation is, and you may be feeling stuck there, this is actually a blessing in disguise for you, because you are going to be able to test out this new belief. Now, why do we need to test out the beliefs? So the thing is, we may choose to think something but not act like it. And the truth is, when we don't act, when we are not tested, and we are not being that idea in certain situations, we haven't integrated that belief into our being yet. Until we have not integrated that belief fully, we will still have the previous vibrations in our energy field. And what we want to do is we want to completely integrate the new belief so that we are attracting better realities for ourselves. And to be able to do that, we have to test it out. We have to test out the beliefs by being those beliefs in different situations. And what this person is giving you the opportunity to really practice this for yourself, that no matter how triggering or how disgusting or how pathetic a person or situation may seem, I will choose to only channel love through me. And that's gonna help you resolve this. Okay, so there was some sort of negotiation in regards to your budget or finances or certain expectations or certain energy of give and take, and I feel like the other person, one person here was like really like a chicken and was too one-sided in their perspective. What is this anger of pile 1 about? X buy. So this is something you have either purchased previously or invested your energy in or invested your finances in, and that's not really making you happy anymore, and you feel like you need broccoli now. So you feel like you invested in a vegetable that ended up not satisfying you, and you need a lot more broccoli. Broccoli is green, green is heart space, so you need more emotionally fulfilling collaborations and situations for yourself, and that's what you're attracting, because you realize that for yourself, and you're telling universe, I don't want such situations anymore. I want people and situations that are emotionally supportive and fulfilling, and don't have that sort of shark energy that's gonna come and eat you anytime. You don't want to feel tense in your body. You don't feel like your body is stressing up when you see certain people and situations. You want to have people surround you that you can just be your free, happy self around them, not feel like they will attack you the next opportunity they get, And that's what you're getting, pile number 1. Spare position. What is pile 1's anger all about? Sanctuary, jury, science, confidence, shatter, auction. So this is talking about, how we are always conflicted about whether science and spirituality say the same things or not. And so we're stuck in this 5D and 3D battle of what is true. And science is evolving, spirituality is evolving, and they are converging towards each other slowly and steadily. And that's what I like to believe, because that's what I'm seeing. People, like even psychology, takes so many principles and ideas from spirituality, and psychology is basically understanding self and trying to find the best belief that's gonna help you heal, that's gonna help you release negative emotions. And what better way to do that than spirituality? It's because spirituality is infinite. There are no limitations. You are just free to choose and imagine whatever. There's nobody stopping you, and nobody can tell you this is right or this is wrong, and do this or think like this. Spirituality is all about do what feels right for you, be your true self. Nobody else knows what your truth is, only you know, and you have to explore it. So what I feel here is that there was a battle of spirituality and physicality in your situation, and what angered you is that the people chose physicality over their virtues, and that didn't sit well with you. And that's what's breaking this sort of unless the person has a balance, spirituality and physicality balance within themselves, unless they believe that nobody can harm them, and they are very aware of their words and actions, unless they are like that, it's not a balanced person, in my opinion. Because anybody who is not self-aware, who doesn't really have those beliefs that we are always on the right path, we are always guided, and we are always protected, and nobody can steal from us, or nobody can take something from us, and there's nothing like victim mindset, it's only an illusion. Unless we really believe in those things, people are going to eventually hurt us. Because if we collaborate with people who are fearful, who are always concerned about their material needs, they're going to act out of fear, and they're going to attack you at some point. So unless the person is very spiritually grounded as well, very self-aware, is not fearful about their survival, is happy and abundant within themselves, unless the person is like that, they are going to be affecting you in some way. They're going to be triggering you in some way. And that's why it's so important to work on ourselves, to be that person ourselves, so that we can attract such vibrations in our life, because we attract who we are. So if we are also fearful about material needs and survival, then we attract people who are also fearful of material needs and survival. If we are a person who surrenders, who trusts, who believes in themselves and is not fearful, then they attract more and more people who match that vibration. So let me take a look at what else wants to come out for pile 1. What else wants to come out? What else wants to come out for pile 1? Patience. What else wants to come out? It has to do with somebody you were quite close to, and you try to be really patient with them, to the point it got imbalanced, and you finally had to act and remove yourself, because this was not in alignment with your true nature. And universe is saying that your emotion is valid, it was not right, that part is correct, but you channeling negativity, or you overthinking about the past or the things that hurt you, you have to make a conscious choice in that moment and not choose it anymore for yourself. Choose love and peace, and that's what will bring love and peace for yourself. But you have to choose it first within yourself in order to see it on the outside. Pile number 1. And that was your message on how you can resolve your anger, and I hope that you found it helpful, and if you did, let me know in the comments, and I'll see you guys later. Hello, pile number 2. There's a few. It shows this beautiful, precious little rose ring. This is your anger resolution reading. So first of all, with the charm itself, I feel this has to do with a lot of gentle, loving, like the roses, and that rose is also very peach and soft in color. And this is talking about you almost trusting yourself. Like, this is talking about like the bottom deck that I got, which I'll be doing it again. Okay, so this is really funny, but there's a little noise outside, and there's this garbage truck outside and they put on this song to tell everybody that they're there and they can give away their trash to them. So don't be distracted by it anymore. I hope it's not too loud. Maybe I'll do it a little later. Okay, so the thing is, the bottom deck that I got here for pile number 2 is that you already know the answer deep down. And the other thing I got here was the innocence here. So there's a lot of soft, gentle energy, and it has to do with you trusting your intuition, your gut feeling in this situation. But there may have been, you may need to take out a lot of past garbage situations that made you feel really betrayed or really hurt your feelings in some way. And I feel that the truck is telling us that you need to throw it all out and give it a very innocent, see it from a very detached perspective again, the same as I said to pile number 1. See it from see it how your little child self would see it. Don't see it from the eyes of what your mind is telling you now, like people are shitty and people are untrustworthy and all of that. Don't think it like that. Go back to your childhood's state of mind, and where you would just be happy and loving and trusting. And we end up getting a lot of hurts along the way, but the idea is not to shut that part of ourselves out. The idea is to learn discernment as to who you should and shouldn't allow into your life. And we will take a look at what has made you angry here, but there is a need to see it from an unbiased, loving perspective here. Pile number 2. Let's take some cards out for you. What is this situation for pile 2 talking about? What is this? What situation is causing anger in pile 2? Okay, so we have compulsive patterns. What do we need to know about pile 2's situation? We have stubbornness, and we have that hopeful energy again. So what I'm getting here is, what is making you angry? Now this may have to do with this person and this situation that made you angry was acting on, let's say you are given a computer and it's a very old version, it's not updated, and you are struggling with the graphics and you're struggling with everything. It's just how they were programmed to be. But the truth is, the computers can be upgraded into better versions, and there is no limit to that, and that's called evolution. We are computers in a way, and we can update our programming, subconscious programming, so that we can start to be better. and offer better and allow better for ourselves. So if in the past there was this energy of being very stubborn, aggressive and harsh, and acting out of compulsive patterns and acting out of past hurts, the guidance here is to let all of that go. So the analogy that I'm going to give is actually something that I am going to quote. There's this guy on YouTube, Sadhguru. he is, I do like some of his videos. He helped me a lot in my own journey at one point. So this example he used of cutting garlic with a knife and then trying to cut an apple with the same knife. What's gonna happen is your apple is gonna taste like garlic. So you have to wipe the knife every time before you move on into your future. You have to keep wiping your knife, otherwise the taste is gonna change. The new experience is gonna taste like the old. It's gonna seem like it tastes like the old, even though if it's new. So that sort of a thing is going on here. What else do we need to know about pile 2's situation? What has made them angry? Technology, kit, convulsion, right? Plug, contrast. So you may have felt in your gut, you have felt something is, your gut's trying to tell you something. And maybe you felt in the situation that either you or this other person was not courageous enough, was hiding behind the shadows, was trying to put on a mask, or trying to portray something that is not true, putting on very high defenses, which you basically saw as a weakness, and you felt like there was more authenticity and courage needed from this person and situation, and that's made you really angry. And maybe it has to do with your close relationships, even romance is what I'm picking up. What do we need to know about pile 2's anger? Behavior total, grand, positive. So what I feel here is you're the sort of person who has worked on their inner self, done the shadow work in healing. You guys may be very spiritual, very intuitive. You may watch a lot of these pick a card readings, and what I'm getting here is that you have done a lot of inner healing work, and you have changed a lot of your own behavior patterns, and you have become into this new evolved person who is hopeful and loving and full of wonder, and has removed and has cleaned the garlic tainted knife. Now what that is doing is it's going to attract similar vibrations for you. It's no longer going to attract like these people are not even going to grab your attention, because you're like, I'm done and over with that sort of an energy. And so now you have better discernment through your journey of evolution and inner healing. You know what you deserve, you know what will fascinate you, what will attract your attention. If in the past you were trying to collaborate with people, you had very strong feelings for people, and you perhaps felt like they were very emotionally unavailable towards you, and they were chasing after other things while you were chasing after them. There's a lot of chase energy here. So, and they felt quite annoyed by your behaviors, and you felt quite annoyed by them for being like that and all of that. So you having worked on yourself, decoration hut and rainbow knit, so this is definitely talking about you really working on yourself, on your positivity, on your happiness. You no longer depend on your external for your happiness. You derive your happiness from within. You don't make your source of happiness as another person or as another object. You know that you can be happy now, here and now, and you are full of optimism and hopeful and wonder, and you believe in magic, and you believe in yourself, and you believe that the best always happens to you. Now with these change in beliefs, you have changed your vibrational DNA, sort of. You have changed your vibrational DNA, and now it's a match for better relationships, better outcomes, healthier outcomes, happier outcomes. And how do you resolve this past anger then? Okay, country, fleet, engineer, punish, respect, drift. You may feel at this point like you have let go of a lot of things, and now you don't kind of respect. You're having trouble respecting this person or the past people that you encountered, and you sort of have this anger within you that they mistreated you in some way. And because you feel you don't respect them anymore, you have this tendency of, let me just check. What does pile 2 need to know? Right, destruction, relinquish, conglomerate. So you have lost the respect of a lot of people in your life, especially from your past, and even from your present, it may even so happen. And how you can resolve this, if you have not resolved this yet, then all the past things that I said is going to be your future energy, pile number 2. So very good things to look forward to. And if you're still working through this energy of having lost respect for people in your life, the guidance for you on how to resolve your anger here is to write that down. Write down their name, and then start jotting down without any uninhibited filters. Just write down, I didn't appreciate how this person said this and this. I did not appreciate how this person could choose something else over me. I don't appreciate how this person doesn't make time for me. I don't appreciate how this person treats other people. I don't appreciate this and this and this and this. And write all of that down. Don't hold back on anything. And that's going to be like a very cathartic release for you. Just expressing yourself, expressing all of those past emotions, instead of bursting out or suppressing it or keeping it within yourself. Allow yourself this release of emotions, pile number 2. That's what I'm getting for you. And relinquish, the conglomerate, is the next 2 words that I got, which means that every missing piece that somebody took from you, from past hurt. Let's say somebody said, you can never do this. In that moment, you lost a part of yourself. You felt rejected in some way. Or somebody said that I'm choosing somebody else over you. That's when you lost another part of yourself. Now, just acknowledging those times when a part of you felt lost and rejected and not accepted or loved, putting all of that back into pieces together in your notebook, wherever you can write everything out, or record your voice note or something like that, whatever feels right for you. And say that I acknowledge that this and this happened to me in the past, and that was not fair at all. I acknowledge it. But I choose to give that love, that acceptance that I expected from other people. I choose to give it to myself right now. I choose to fill all of those parts that were lost from me, all my soul fragments that got lost because of any hurtful words or behaviors that others have done towards me. I release all of that, and I fill that negative space within me with unconditional love. When you do that exercise of integrating all of your lost fragments together in one bit, filling all of your parts, like thinking of your body and then thinking of like those past hurts as scoops, and then they got filled with some gooey substance which was not really healthy for you, you releasing that out of your body and recovering that space with love for yourself. You giving love to yourself is the most important thing in the world. When you give love to yourself, other people will reflect that back to you. And as harsh as they may have seemed, they were only a reflection of you at that time still, which meant that even if you were consciously not aware of how you were self-hurting yourself or self-sabotaging or held negative beliefs towards yourself or didn't love yourself or didn't give yourself enough appreciation and love, they were reflecting that back to you. And so you cannot really go into the mirror and blame the mirror for showing you what your truth is, right? It's hard sometimes to face the mirror, but the mirror can only reflect. It doesn't distort. And yes, some people are more stronger mirrors than others. Some are just aspects of us in some way that we just need to find acceptance and then release them from our vibration. And the image that you're seeing, the mirror in front of you, as you change yourself, the mirror image also changes. And what this is saying that whatever happened in the past, they were just helping you out to upgrade your beliefs and to make you yourself love yourself more. So knowing that they were doing you a favor, even though it may have seemed like at the time that it was very harsh and you took it very personally at the time, it was really sent to help you love yourself more. The universe sent them to help you love yourself more. And there's no reason for you to allow them back into your life to mistreat you again. It is just there to make you aware of your patterns, of your beliefs, and then once you have acknowledged them, you can release the past and those people who are still behaving in the past energy to be wherever they are at the moment. Send them love, send yourself love, and choose for yourself that I deserve better. I don't deserve to be treated like that anymore. And that's going to really help you resolve your anger in this situation. Pile number 2. Let me take a look at some of your of the inner balancing oracle deck. Let's take a look at what wants to come out in pile 2. Sexual freedom, balance. This is again talking about relationships, romantic relationships, your perception of yourself, your self-confidence, your passions in life. Perhaps you were the sort of person previously who felt like the only source of passion was through a romantic relationship, and that because those relationships didn't work out, you were forced to expand yourself to areas where you could find more passion in. So perhaps you had to change your job situation because it was not satisfying you on a passionate level. It was not really motivating you or sparking anything in you, and so you had to find more areas which were give you that passion, that freedom of expression. And that situation basically helped you expand yourself more, your self-expression more, your sexual freedom more. Perhaps you felt like that was the only be-all and end-all, and this is the only person who's going to ever make you happy. And perhaps once you realize that they were not, you were forced to separate yourself from it. And even if it seemed like the hardest thing to do at the time, you chose yourself, and you chose to only engage in relationships that were giving to you the same love and affection and care and attention that you were giving back to them. And not limiting yourself or not or thinking like this is the end, nobody loves me. Instead of going into that dialogue, you went like whoever is meant for me will find me in the right time. For the time being, I'm going to love myself. So that sort of thing may have happened or will happen for you, pile number 2. So let's take a look at what else wants to come out for you. What else wants to come out? Yes, so the situation or the person may have been very unavailable towards you. You were trying to like bark at the wrong tree, sort of, you know. You were like, give me something, man. Why are you so closed off? And you felt quite disrespected by your partner. Okay, so this is definitely talking about a romantic relationship. And what hurt you was that they were too logical, they were too practical and everything. They would be like, I need to focus on my work, I need to and we have like they were too focused on their material needs, and your emotional needs were not met in the situation, and you felt like you loved them for sure, but it was not fulfilling for you still. And so you chose to choose yourself, or you will choose to choose yourself, pile number 2, and you will take this journey of self-love and heal all the past wounds. And once you've done that and you're ready with all of this rejuvenated self-love for yourself, you will either attract the same partner with a different energy who's gonna treat you completely differently from last time how they treated you, because they would have worked on themselves as well. Or if they have not, you will attract somebody who can match you and give you what you deserve, pile number 2. And so whatever anger you have, just give it all away, because that's in the past. Let's see what else is the guidance for pile number 2, how to work through their anger. Silence, prayer, mirror, lily. Okay, so you have been silently praying, I guess, or working on yourself and really asking universe to show you the right ways and the right people, and what that has led you to become is this beautiful wild lily who is not afraid to express itself and to be her bold beautiful self, or be his bold beautiful self. And what's next for pile number 2 here? Lamb revised. So whoever, lamb is like the devil energy in tarot. So no, not like, so lamb is basically the devil, we call it. So whoever hurt you, or the type of people that ended up hurting you, revise. So that's the word here. You're gonna get a whole new different energy from the same person or from a different person, and they are going to be fulfilling for you. How will the next near future relationships going to feel for pile 2? What's next for pile 2? Elite node. They're going to be very respectful. The person you meet next, the type of relationships you meet next after you have completed your inner healing work, really taking time by yourself, not depending on anybody else for your happiness or your needs, you giving what you need from others first. And that is going to bring in a lot of respectful collaborations. What's next for pile 2? Cotton reform. So there's a lot of beautiful transformation for the type of people that you're attracting for yourself, pile number 2. And what made you angry or disappointed in the past has helped you expand yourself, is the main thing to remember here. And before I end the reading, I would like to take one of the other beliefs that I have written a while ago to help you resolve your anger even more. Let's see. Whatever comes to me intuitively, what message or belief does pile 2 need to know? I don't allow my mind to tell me a story. I trust that divine will make it happen. I just need to keep believing and not obsessing. So perhaps this is talking about you felt angry in the past because you felt like you didn't have the complete information, and your ego tried to fill in the incomplete bits and parts by telling you a story that made you feel victimized in some way, made you hurt your feelings. Perhaps you told yourself a story that, oh, they are doing this because they don't love me, or they're doing this because I'm not good enough, or they're doing this because this is not good about me and I cannot please them enough, or they will find somebody else. Some self-sabotaging dialogue you said to yourself that made you angry in the past. And what that is saying here is that don't let your ego tell you a story to make you feel some sort of some better, make you feel better in the moment, even though if it's it doesn't really make you feel better when your mind tells you a self-sabotaging story. It actually ends up hurting you more because you feel like you're not good enough. So those sort of storytelling that our mind tells us, that had made you angry, and the universe is saying that was not the complete truth. That was an illusion that your ego was giving to you at that time because of your beliefs. So as universe will give you the truth in divine timing. So don't obsess over it, or don't feel angry by what your mind told you in the past. Wait for the truth to come out, because it will in the right time for you. What you have to do in the time being, as you are still not aware of the full facts in this situation, pile number 2, just trust in the universe. Just trust that this situation was there for a reason, was there for you to learn something, and it had nothing to do with your self-worth. It had nothing to do with you not being good enough. There's another truth to this whole situation, and you will receive the answers in the right time, pile number 2. So whatever anger you had built up in the past was based out of incomplete information or false illusions your mind was showing you. So that anger is completely invalid now. But what it did help you was to improve your self-love and go on this self journey for yourself. And now the truth will come out, and while it is still hidden from you, don't obsess over it. Just do your own thing, go about your own things, being your happy self. Don't try to forcefully fill in the missing bits and pieces before it's the right time. And that's how I feel you will be able to resolve your anger towards this situation or person, pile number 2. And I hope that was helpful, and if you did enjoy this reading, please let me know in the comments, and I'll see you guys later. Welcome, pile number 3. Those of you who chose this candle wax, the candle stand with a lot of candle wax, I see there's a lot of there were a lot of conflicts for you guys. There were a lot of not seeing eye to eye on a lot of things that has made you really angry, and it has led to a lot of emotional release in the form of crying, and there have been a lot of stains that are hard to remove here, is what my initial guess is. So I feel like out of the 3 piles, this pile is the heaviest, and it would make sense why I had to almost like take this do this reading separately. So let's take a look for you guys, pile number 3. What has made you angry? What is your situation? What's causing all this anger for you, pile number 3? What's the anger for you? Yes, yeah, it's not really a fun situation. So this is coming up as, yeah, there has been a lot of bullying here for pile number 3. Lot of bullying. We have 2 bullying cards. That's a lot. So what I'm gonna say here for you guys, pile number 3, is that either you have experienced a lot of bullying in your school life, where you felt like you didn't really fit in, and you felt like you were the odd one out, or you felt like you were weird in some way, and people said that's weird and that's not how it's supposed to be, or people have really put you down for several things. It can be based on your intelligence, on your looks, your personality, what you like, what you don't like, and people have really hurt you, deeply hurt you here. A lot of bullying cards, and people have been, and this can also be the scenario for you, that you have had really strict parents who have been like, you have to you need to do this and only then I will be pleased. You only need to win, or you only need to do as I say, and you cannot think on your own or do things on your own. You're only allowed to do what I tell you to do. You're not allowed to do this, you're not allowed to do that. So much restrictions, so much unacceptance for you, pile 3, and it has left you really crying and sad over time. And you felt like you did not have a good healthy personal space where you could just express yourself and be yourself. You felt like you were always under a threat of being bullied, or you were always working to please other people, and that has left you feeling really bitter and angry towards people, towards life in general, is what I'm getting for pile number 3. What do we need to know about pile number 3? Boom, die. So it was like you were flooded with people and situations. You felt like there was one thing after the other. People were just constantly nagging you. It was just like boom, 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 boom from everywhere. You felt like you were attacked from everywhere, is what I'm getting for you, pile number 3. What has made pile number 3 angry? Bucket rotten. So, you know how okay, so you know how I'm laughing because the pigeon just took its feces out in front of me and it's just saying whatever has been rotting inside needs to come out. Now is the time for it to come out, and hopefully this reading would be a start to that journey. You know how you leave, if you leave clothes or something in water and let it rot, or just, you know, like a rotten water body, stagnant puddle where just flies are coming all around. It's just unattended. It needs to be attended. And congratulations to you, pile number 3, because I can feel like you have gone through a lot of stuff and you have started taking the first step towards healing all of this. By one of the things is by thinking about it. One of the other things is watching such readings that will help you release a lot of this stagnant, unattended energy that needs to come out at this time. What has made pile 3 angry? So you may have for some of you, you may have left a lot, and you have tried to move away to places where to find more acceptance, or because I'm getting foot foreigner. Now this could mean and I got beach abundant. So what I got from here was you have probably left your own place where you were born into, or the society you grew up in, to foreign lands to find more love and acceptance for yourself, or you have felt like a foreigner in your own personal space, and that has made you really angry. What do we need to know about pile 3's anger? Discrimination, pen club. So I feel like your thoughts, whatever you had to say, whatever you thought about things you felt like that was unwelcome and unimportant, and you felt like you were always discriminated against. Like if there was a choice between 3 people, you would be the last one to be picked because they would discriminate against you in some way. Either it can be race or body or intelligence. You always felt like your thoughts were not heard wherever you were, wherever your experiences have been, which has made you really angry. Pile number 3. Follow deficit, range average. What has made why did pile 3 go through all this? Okay, so Pile number 3, you are a very special person. Okay, I just want you to know this at this time. You are very special, and universe really loves you. And if you feel like you were all alone by yourself for a very long period of time, it was just that you were not perceiving that universe was always there with you. The universe wants to tell you that at this point in your life, this is no longer going to be an issue for you, because what the universe wanted you to gain from all of this was experience, was to understand the flip side of how it feels to be unaccepted, bullied, not heard. And that was all going to charge you up. Like, it was little by little charging you up, so that you have so much passion and explosion within you that you express yourself out on paper. And it's not just going to be like a small significant small area of the world that you're going to impact. It's going to be on a very huge scale. Now that was for you to understand what your true craft is. Now you can express yourself through soap making, you can express yourself through comedy, you can express yourself through writing, you can express yourself through speaking, being a motivational speaker, being a YouTuber, being whatever, expressing yourself through paintings, art, whatever it may be. All the things that you have experienced that have negatively influenced you, that has left you tainted in so many ways, that's now going to be like your painter's palette, with different colors on your palette for you to paint a beautiful picture for everybody else to see your perspective now. Even if you felt like before you were not heard, the world is ready for you now, and the world is ready to hear you now, because what you have to offer is something very special and very unique. So the guidance for you and how you are going to overcome all of this past pain, anger and hurt is by starting to find a skill where your inner expression flows through easily, and you just do it in an uninhibited manner. And if you feel like it's a trivial thing, you just saying something or writing something, that is not true, pile number 3. It is so special. Your experiences have made you so wholesome, so experienced, so wise. You have so much wisdom within you at this point, that the more you express yourself now, and the more people you reach with your voice of how unfair certain things are, or how unacceptable, how you felt unaccepted, and it's not healthy for people to do that, to spread love and joy. By spreading love and joy around you through your craft, through expressing yourself, is going to heal you from within, slowly and slowly and slowly. And that's how you're gonna be healing all of this, pile number 3. Let's see what wants to come out from the inner balancing oracle. What wants to come out for you, pile 3, from the inner balancing oracle? We have involvement. See, it's time to share your love and wisdom. It's so magical that this card came out. It's so beautiful because I just said that, and it's so beautiful that it came out. Time to share your love and wisdom with the world around you, and gain a deeper awareness about yourself through interactions. If in the past people thought what you had to offer was unimportant, now people are going to be willing to listen to it, because you have understood that within yourself, because you listen to yourself now, because you think what you have to offer is important. Once you have developed that sort of self-love and inner belief within yourself, the world is your oyster now, pile number 3. And your words and your work is gonna reach on a very massive scale, for everyone to learn something from it. And the choice is to use that painful past that really hurt you and tainted you in so many ways, transmuting that negative energy into a creative expression is going to be like a healing force, a remedy for your anger, and all of that to come out, because you're gonna see that all those experiences have brought in so much. Those experiences have made you what you are today, and you expressing yourself to more and more people, sharing how you were able to move past those really down heavy moments in life is gonna help so many people, and it's going to be so humbling for you. Pile number 3. Let's see what else wants to come out for pile number 3. Walk, remember. Yes, your walk has been very and I don't know why I'm getting so emotional in your reading, pile number 3, but I feel like I guess you are also feeling emotional at this time listening to this reading, and it's personally resonating a lot with me as well, so maybe that's why also. But you know, your walk has been, your journey has been one to remember, not just for you but for everybody else in the world. And you having that faith in yourself that what you have to offer now is so precious for the people around you, you valuing yourself, your words, your presence is going to okay, so that was interesting, but that was an ad that suddenly popped up in between the meditation. So anyway, the ad said you have unlocked the power of your dreams. If you heard that, and that's magical synchronicity for you, pile number 3, because through that walk, through your unique journey, you have unlocked so much wisdom, so much self-truth awareness and understanding of yourself and the people around you, that you have so much to offer to the world now. And your journey is going to be one to remember. It's going to be talked about, spoken about, and people are going to learn a lot from what you have to offer now, pile number 3, and that's just beautiful. So beautiful. Bay, ample. Yes, you have like a whole ocean full of wisdom to share with everybody around you, and that's what universe keeps telling me right now. So kudos to you, pile number 3. And this is going to be like a slow journey for you to slowly release the anger and pain and hurt as you transmute that negative energy through your creative expressions. But it's going to be very rewarding. It's all your karma is gonna come back to you for all that you went through in your journey. Okay, and now I'm gonna do a 5D belief from my phone. So let's see, what does pile 3 need to change in their beliefs? There is no right or wrong, just a more peaceful, happy, fulfilled and abundant mind and self. All situations lead to awareness and growth. I'm truly grateful. So it's a beautifully ties into your reading, pile number 3, because there's universe is saying that in the past it might have felt like it was really unfair, and yes, it was unfair. Nobody deserves to be treated like that, but that's how the evolution of the self goes, and the best thing we can do is accept it and be grateful for the experiences and the opportunity that all of that past has given you for the rest of your future to build upon. And I'm just so happy for you, pile 3, and I hope you enjoyed this reading, and I'll see you guys later.